guys. Just wanted to come out here and say, make sure you hit up Underdog Wireline, man. These guys really know what they're doing. They got it going. I've worked with them personally on the field. I know you've heard me say it 100 times, but it's the truth. So look, they offer emergency shower trailers. They offer lay-down machines. They offer cool-down trailers. They even offer wireline, slick line, braided line, whatever you need. They probably got whatever line that you want, bro. So hit these guys up. Give them a call at this number, and support them like they support us.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Patch Boyz here with some more exciting news. So we got a little partnership going with Colin McClellan, also known as Frack Slap. You guys know him from the podcast. And, of course, the people from the industry know him as the Roughneck from West Texas, doing big things, right? So he's got a new app coming out. It's called the Collide app. It's a community-based app for oil and gas industry. It's a public forum, basically, where you can go join in conversations with other people that are like-minded or have like jobs in the oil business or different jobs, right? It also has a YouTube platform where you can search videos and learn about anything in the oil field. It features AI. You can also ask direct questions to and get a direct answer really quick. Man, and if you're looking for a job, Collide Jobs is there to help, man. This is an all-inclusive app, fantastic for the oil and gas industry. I hope you guys can join the Patch Boyz there. Thank you. Hey, what's up, everybody? Patch Boyz here with the big announcement. So Best, which is one of our sponsors here at Patch Boyz Podcast, is going to have Best Turkey Fest. They've had it for a couple years now. This is going to be at the Horseshoe Arena, November 16th. It's going to be a wider range of things going on, right? They're going to have food trucks so you can eat, some cold beer to drink. There's going to be a free car show going on with a burnout booth. They're going to have tons of family fun going on. So if you guys can make it, show up. You'll see the Patch Boyz there. They also have a wider range of sponsorships. So if you're looking to help the community, if you're looking to contribute, and you want to be a sponsor, they have sponsorships ranging from bronze to platinum. That'd be $500 to $5,000, and you're going to be feeding a wider range of families, all the way from 5 families to 80 families, depending on what you can do, right? But if you want to help and you want to jump in and be a sponsor, man, it'd be widely appreciated. We appreciate you guys, and we appreciate Best. Thank you.
All right, guys, we got another episode today, kind of a special one. We wanted to bring one out since it's early voting. We got Michael Booker here from District 1. He's the actual elected official right now. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing good, man. I'm glad you can make it. I know.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for the invite.
Yeah, we've been really wanting to get you on, and it's kind of just been a little hectic here and there. But then I realized it was early voting, and I was like, "Fuck, we got to get this guy."
We got to get it quick.
Yeah, dude. So, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed and highly favored.
There you go. I want people to know too, this is our first time meeting Michael Booker. We've never met him before. I just wanted to bring him on because I think he's got a special election going. I mean, I know there's District 1's a big one, and I know for a city council at least, and I know yours is kind of a big one. You got 2 people you're running against, and kind of want to put a light on you. And
they're running against me.
I'm
the incumbent. So.
Yeah, there you go. My bad. Yeah, there you go. So, I just wanted to bring him on for that, man. So, so how long have you been in the seat? How long have you been over there?
So I've been in the seat for 4 years now. I got elected in 2020. I ran against actually there was 3 of us the first time too, which was James Fuller. He was the incumbent. He was on for 33 years, and then myself and then Matt Galindo was running. I beat Matt Galindo by like 8 votes.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
By 8 votes. So every vote counts. Every vote does count. So I beat him by like 8 votes. And then I went to a runoff with James Fuller, and I beat him in the runoff. Wow. So I've been on the board for 4 years.
Damn.
Yes, sir.
Is that pretty hard, man, going through like elections like that? I mean, stressful? Or?
It's stressful. It wears on... Man, it wears on everything. I mean, my wife, my kids, like, it wears. My wife was texting me on my way here. She's like, I'm so ready for school board to be over. I'm just ready for you to just be able to sit down and not have to leave the house every night. Cause it's just, when you're running, you just, like, you're never home because you're always doing something, always being invited to something, always trying to go and tell people what you're about.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I get you. And so, like, I know that last night you were busy. You were on the PBS last night, right?
Yeah, I was on PBS last night.
Yeah. How was that for you? I mean, that's got to be stressful.
Man, it's very stressful because I'm not a very good public speaker. Like, everything I do, man, I shoot from the heart. I'm not trained by anybody. Nobody tells me what to say. I have no agenda. I'm just here for the kids, man. I love kids, and I just want to be right and do what's right by kids.
I got you. I mean, those questions that are coming at you, it seemed to be a lot about school, about like, what's going on, which I get is because of school board, but it wasn't like really much about their integrity or what they've done or, what they believe in other ways, politically wise.
Right.
That's how I feel, because I feel like that's important nowadays, and in some certain aspects, especially when it comes to school education and kids being educated.
Yeah.
It's extremely important, right? Because it's almost like an osmosis from the people from top to bottom, just leaching their beliefs into school. Right. That's what it is, and that's what we're all wary about. In this day and age, is a social media age. It's become hyper focused what kids are learning, and I think that's why people being homeschooled has skyrocketed so much because that the concentration on the people that are teaching the kids is completely skyrocketed from what it used to be, right? We've talked about it here before because we had actually a family member of my wife's that was here, and he's a teacher. Okay. And I think it was really important for us to have a teacher on and talk to him and see like what his thoughts are as a young teacher, one of the youngest teachers I've ever seen, right? Going in what he believes and what he wants to teach the kids, and just make sure that we're as pure of heart as possible.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
kids, man. They're so innocent.
Your wife's family. What's his name? Your wife?
Soraya.
Soraya, man. I appreciate what Soraya does for the kids, man. I love that teachers can, like, I love teachers, man. They do a lot. They do
Absolutely.
A lot. Yes, sir.
They really do. I mean, you think about the kids they deal with, especially in certain age groups. It's like, dang, man, that's a lot of they got some kids that have some bad attitudes. And they got to deal with it, right?
Yeah, they got to deal with 20-something kids.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And so, like, you've been on the school board. I mean, do you get a lot of like stress from that? Like a lot of the parents coming at you? Or?
Oh yeah, yes, sir. That's mainly what it is. A lot of trying to appease parents and keep parents happy, keep teachers happy, because teachers want to come to us and talk to us too. And a lot of teachers tell us, man, we can't come talk to you because of retaliation. And I try to stress to the teachers, like, you come talk to me, I promise you there won't be no retaliation. If it is, we're gonna figure out why. Because there shouldn't be retaliation because the teacher's not happy. If they have something they need to get out and they need somebody to get it out to, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. I mean, they'll tell them, go talk to your supervisors first, but sometimes the supervisor's the problem. So they need somebody else to talk to.
I got you.
And that's what I'm here for. And I've helped a lot of teachers in that aspect as well. Teachers call me all the time.
I got you.
That's amazing.
I'm open.
Open door policy.
Open door policy.
I love that, man. I love that.
Some administration may get mad because they reached out to a board member and skipped them, but I got the open door policy. So if you want to come talk to me because I'll listen.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, that is awesome. Great. And like, so I know you get these like y'all get these like as bills, or what would you call them? Like I know y'all got to pass them and
policies
or whatever. Yeah. And I hear that a lot of times these are stacked with a lot of papers. Like it's not just one simple thing. Is it true like that?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. You look at the policy, man. It's a whole bunch. I was on the policy committee the first 2 years I was on the board. Oh my gosh. Man, I can't even remember all the policies that we have. There's so many. Really? So we have it now. You go look it up. You got to go look it up. If there's a policy for you, got to go look it up because I can't remember all of them policies. No, man, there's a lot.
And I've always heard that too.
Yeah, there's a lot.
That's wild because you would think when you stuff a policy like that, it's very difficult for people to follow.
Yeah.
So how exactly are you going to get reform, or how exactly are you going to get people to follow any of these policies when it's so stacked up?
So stacked. I mean, but we have them online. You can go look at them if there's a policy about whatever. You can go look it up online. But I mean, it's a lot, so it's very hard to memorize.
I got you. Yeah. So what got you to run for the school board?
Man, so I was in the Marine Corps for 6 years. I served the country for 6 years, and when we were in, I was getting ready to get out because I got medical discharge. I actually had a heart attack overseas, and they tell you when you get out, go back home and get involved in the community. Find something to do in the community to get involved. And I love kids. I referee football. I've been refereeing for 16 years. This is my 16th season. And I was like, man, one day I was sitting there and somebody was like, man, you should try the school board. I was like, what's that? What's the school board? Yeah. So I looked into it and I was like, they deal with kids. teachers, parents. Yeah, let me try that out. I'll try that out. I'll run. Honestly, I put my name on the ballot and didn't even think I'd win. I mean,
Yeah.
And the incumbent was sitting there 33 years. Like, you ain't gonna beat him.
Yeah.
So I was surprised I actually won. I mean, I won the 3-man race by 8 votes. I was surprised by that. And then when we went into just me and the incumbent, I beat him. I was really surprised. The news people were at his house.
Oh, ready?
Yeah, they were at his house to interview him. And when the results came out, they called me and said, "Hey, we're at the wrong house. Where are you at?"
Ready to shoot off the confetti.
Yep.
Yeah.
They was like, "Where are you at? Because we need to come to you because you're winning the race, and it don't look like he's gonna catch you." And I was like, "Really?" So I was at my buddy's house, which is Tommy Bishop. He's the board president right now. We were friends before the board. We were friends before I got on the board, and I was at his house just hanging out. I was like not even thinking I was gonna win, you know. And I pulled it out, and the news people came over, and we did our shot.
That's amazing. But you know what? That's something that is ringing true all over the place. I think a lot of people want change, not in every level of politics at this point, right? Because you have the people that have been running the country, the city, the everything for so long that all these people now that are starting to come in with a breath of fresh air, it's great. You know what I'm saying? The mayor being one of them who we spoke to, and it was great to see. It's a breath of fresh air, and you can see the changes from it. You know what I mean? It's I think with that many years doing something, it's stagnant, right? Yeah. It's just normal.
I mean, 4 years ain't really enough. That's
of course,
because I wasn't gonna run again. I was like, man, I got to finish what I started. We just getting started. I'm 4 years in. I'm just getting started. So like, I'm not loud. I don't say much on that stage, but I do the work. I do get back there and do work. So, man, 4 years ain't enough. So I talked to my wife. I decided the last minute to go ahead and just run. I had people all over the town calling me and saying, "Hey, you got to run.
Yeah.
We can't let them. We can't let the two running against you win. So you got to get in there." Yeah.
And I got a little nervous too whenever I was speaking to my wife about it, and I was like, she was brought up. I said, "I don't think he's running." And I looked you up, and I said, "Oh, he is." Yeah. But I got a little scared because I know we got a guy on there, and I will put this out there because that's one man we spoke about before, and he tried to do the kid-friendly drag show was Courtney Ratliff. Yeah. And that's why I feel like yours is such a special kind of election because those are the ones that are. Instead of trying to educate, they're trying to indoctrinate, and that's what I don't want to happen. Because we care about education, like just straight educate our kids, teach them math and all that. We don't want that gender stuff. We don't want any of everything like crazy, right?
Any of the extracurricular stuff, you could do that at home with your kids.
I feel to me, man, I feel like on that aspect, since you brought it up, the all age drag show, man. Don't push that on kids. Don't push that on kids. If you want to do that when you're an adult, when you're 18 and older. Have at it. That's between you and God. The Bible tells me and tells us in the Bible that you're responsible for your kids up until they're 18. So if you teach your kids the right way, when they turn 18, if they want to do that, that's between them and God. 100%. But don't push it on kids.
Yes, sir.
Don't push it on kids.
And you were telling us, I don't know if you want to tell the story to everybody because I know you got the documentary coming out that you were just telling us about. If you want to tell a little bit about that, because I think it kind of goes in line where you were the accused instead of the accuser in that particular moment.
Right. So there was a pastor. His name was John Amachuku. He came down to our school board meeting and he read us some books that was in the library. I mean, there was a lot of people that read us these books. I had no idea these books was in our library. I'm on the board and I didn't even know. You know, I mean, I don't go in the library and read every single book. There's thousands of books and I can't read them all. So I appreciate the community coming out and letting us know. Well, this guy came out and during his spiel, he read the book. It was some bad stuff in that book. And I was like, man, that can't be in our library. There's no way. But what he said that really irked me and got to me was when he said, "There's 6 men on this board. If y'all don't remove these books, y'all either a punk or a pervert." And I was like, "Nah, not me. I'm not no punk or no pervert." So we caught once he got off, the cops escorted him out because he wouldn't leave. We didn't escort him out because what he was saying. We gave him his 3 minutes respectfully. Like we let him have his 3 minutes. he went over his 3 minutes. So that's when the cops came in and escorted her down. People think, oh, they escorted him out because they didn't want to hear what he had to say. And we heard everything he had to say. We just they escorted him out because you get 3 minutes. Once you go over that, you got to go. So they escorted him out. We called for a recess. I went outside and told him, hey, it's all over the media. Like, you can go pull it up right now. I said, I'm not a punk or a pervert, and I want you to know right now. He said, well, did you hear what I said? If you don't get these books out, you're either a punk or a pervert. I said, well, I'll get the book out, but I want you to know I ain't no punk or no pervert.
Yeah.
So he left, went back, did his thing, and so we got with the administration. I didn't pull these books out by myself.
Right.
The district pulled the books out. And the school board, we got together. We were sitting up there on stage, texting, and said, "Hey, we need to get these books out. These are pretty bad."
Credit to you guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Credit
all
to
of
you
us,
guys.
not just me, but it's
course.
all of us. So my wife got on Instagram where he saw where he put on there that a school board member came out trying to fight me. Well, I wasn't trying to fight him. I was just letting him know I'm not a punk or a pervert. Like, no fight at all. Like, I ain't gonna fight you in front of kids anyway. Not,
of course.
There was no kids there.
Yeah.
But I represent kids.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna fight you in front of them anyway. So my wife got on his little page and was like, "Hey, they got the books out. So stop talking bad about my husband, man." There was a bunch of people because this guy's huge. He's with TP USA. So with Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk.
He's with Charlie Kirk.
And that clip went viral.
Yeah. It
Oh
went
yeah,
viral.
I saw it.
Yeah,
I saw it when he started mentioning. I was like, "Damn, that was here." I had no idea.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea before you told me. So yeah, that's wild. And he's got backing.
Oh, he got a whole bunch.
You
of
know what I
backing.
mean? So
he got backing.
yo, standing up to him was something,
So,
man.
I mean, I didn't know who he was, but I mean, I did. I stood up to him and said, "I ain't no punk or no pervert." Well, about that happened in March and early August. He called. He messaged my wife on Instagram and said, "Hey, can I have your husband's phone number?" And I told my wife, "Don't get that man my phone number. Like, tell him to email me. He may try to do something to me. He got some backing.
Oh,
man.
he got people behind him.
Oh
yeah.
man, because I saw the threads like, "Oh, we'll kick his butt. Like
yeah,
we'll go find out where he live and whoop him for talking to you like that." And I was like, low key, I was kind of like, "Woo."
Yeah, I know.
Like, I didn't know this man was this big. But man, this dude was like 6'6". I mean, I wasn't trying to fight him. I was just letting him know I'm not no punk or pervert. Well, he called. He said, "Hey, Michael, I just want to see if I'm doing a documentary called 22 Words, and I want you to be a part of it." He said, I've been to 15 different states speaking to school boards, and not one single school board member has ever come out to me and confronted me the way you did, and then do something about it. Like, y'all got the books out. So I was like, "Yeah, I'll come, I'll do it, whatever." The whole time I was nervous. I was like, "Oh, he gonna get me down there. I'm gonna get to North Carolina, end up in the woods." End up in the woods. Yeah. Man, I hugged my sons, my kids real tight. I got 4 boys. I hugged my boys real tight, hugged my wife, said, "I'm going up here. I hope I make it back." But it turned out to be good, man. I went to church with him that Sunday. His father-in-law is a pastor that did the same thing he did. Used to go to school boards and talk to school boards about books and stuff that was in the libraries. And man, they showed me some great hospitality, got me on their show. And I mean, the documentary came out October 3rd. You can find it on 22words.com. But I'm actually going to air it next Tuesday on October 29th at my church, at True Light Christian Fellowship on A Street, right across the street from COM. We're going to air it. I bought the license to air it. Oh, and John gave me permission to air it because you got to pay for the movie if you want to watch it online.
Right.
So I paid my part and bought the license to air it.
Wow.
And we're going to show it October 29th at True Light at 6:30 p.m. I think it's next Tuesday. And I'm going to put it on my Facebook, put it out there, let everybody. I mean, it's a community thing. Everybody.
We'll pass the information along on all our stuff too, man.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I do like what they're doing.
Yeah.
I do like what they're doing. How they go about it and everything is a little rough for sure, but sometimes that's where you get,
and that's
where you
exactly
get movement.
He asked me, "Hey, you think you want to do something like this?" Because he asked me if I do it. I said, "Man, I'm running for school board again." I actually asked him if I should run for school board again. He said, "Yeah, don't back down. Like, go, run, especially with who's running against you. Run. Don't let them have your seat." I said, "All right." So he encouraged me to run, so that's why I'm running. He said, "If you don't make it, it's a reason God didn't put you there, because everything happens. God makes everything happen for a reason."
Yes, sir. Very true.
So
very true, man.
He said, if you don't make it, we'll get together and you can help me be on my team. But I told him, I said, I don't want to be rough like you.
Yeah.
I'm a nice guy. I'm not a mean guy. He said, we can make something work.
Yeah.
You don't have to be rough like this. And I said, well, I don't want to be rough like that, going in, calling people names and stuff. I just want to tell them, hey, these are the books y'all got in your library. Let's
Just reveal the truth.
just reveal
That's
the
it.
truth. Yeah.
That's kind of how we are. I mean, we don't do like nasty clips. We don't try to do anything crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to, but then you're like, nah, it's not worth it. To me, it's not worth it, and it's not to him too. You know?
I talk a little shit, I won't lie.
Yeah.
yeah.
he does. But
I talk a little bit of
yeah.
shit, but it's mainly to the people who can handle it. Large, wide
Yeah, I
Hollywood
hear
people who aren't gonna give a shit.
I mean,
right?
I'm not perfect either, man. I mean, I messed up on the board before. I mean, I'm a conservative. I'm conservative. And when I first got on the board, I had no idea what was going on. And when I first got on was COVID.
Oh, okay.
So we had the mask. Man, and I messed up, man. I voted to keep the kids in mask. The worst decision I ever made. And I admit it, man. I admit it right now. The worst decision I ever made was making those kids wear masks. And I think making them wear masks has messed some of them up because you can't see your lips when you're trying to teach them how to read or something like that. You
definitely.
know. So I messed up, but I won't mess up like that again. I learned my lesson.
And that's the point, right? That's the whole point for everybody when it comes to COVID.
Yeah.
I think everybody can point back at COVID and like, fuck, I fell for that.
Yeah.
For certain things, right?
Right.
You trust your elected officials to give you information
Exactly.
that has been well thought out, that has been experimented on, that has been stuff that you believe to be true. We're learning now, and I'm glad we're learning this, right? We're learning now that sometimes the misinformation is coming from the top and it's not coming from the little guys like us.
Right,
Or
right.
Joe Rogan at the time, right?
Yeah.
Whoever
yeah.
it may be. We're so used to a news outlet or somebody big in politics or anything telling us that this is okay, when somebody like Joe Rogan, who's just a media guy, someone who does this for entertainment purposes, he doesn't really do it for information purposes, but he does it for entertainment purposes, and he asks the right questions and he gets the right information sometimes. And the good thing is now we're actually thinking that way.
Yeah.
We're a little bit more open to what some of the little guys are saying, or some of the guys that are not typical are saying, instead of the doctor like, this is perfectly right for you, right? And man, we're getting poisoned.
But we had doctors come to that school board meeting that
Exactly.
day, man, and was telling us, man, you have to keep these kids in masks, and then come to find out, man, the masks don't even work. Don't even work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a confusing time for everybody. I think.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And some doctors were on the right side. I won't say every one.
Yeah.
A lot of them were definitely following who was telling them to do or whatever, right? But for example, I called my doctor because I had a newborn daughter. And I called my doctor and I told my doctor, hey, what do I do? What do I do? Of course, I'm going to panic. I have a newborn. It's my first child. I'm going to panic. So like, what do I do? My doctor flat out said, don't worry. You worry about yourself. Your kid's going to be fine. Don't worry about her at all. She's going to be good. You worry about yourself because you're overweight and you're this and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And started just hammering me with that shit. But he told the truth. He never once told me like, hey, don't take her around this. Don't do that. He just said, don't worry about her.
Yeah.
Her immune system, from what we can tell, it doesn't affect kids, blah, blah, blah. He told me that what now we know is the
What
truth.
we know now, yeah.
So I thank him for that very much so, right? So, so not every doctor, but definitely we saw a lot of doctors pushing the narrative.
And it's good that you kind of recognize it and you admit it, because a lot of people won't do that, right? You know?
Yeah, I messed up. It's my fault. I mean, I'm at fault, and I admit my fault. That's one thing about me. If I mess up, I admit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Like, I mean, I admitted one the other day that I messed up on. Like, I didn't mess up on it, but it was some controversial stuff that went out. A text message went out from my campaign about drag shows, drag queens, drag queens. And I told my texting firm, I said, man, I don't want to run a nasty campaign, so let's not send those text messages out. Like, I don't want to send out mailers about that. I won the first time being clean. I think I can win again being clean.
That's admirable. And I think everybody can appreciate that.
Right.
And I think something to make clear is that I think a lot of people, when we mention this stuff, when we mention the drag shows and all that, I think people have the misconception that we are upset at the people who are doing the drag shows or whatever. No. We're upset at your setup. We're upset at how it's being promoted, how it's being done. We're not upset that you're having it. If you want to have it, it's been happening, like Ricky says, been happening in the middle of Odessa forever, behind closed doors for the appropriate aged people. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what we're talking about. So this isn't a smear. This isn't a hate campaign. This is none of that shit. People need to understand this is just protecting our kids. Simple. That line, simple as it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And I think protecting kids, man.
And one thing I want to point out is that nobody's really speaking about this, and it's Denise Norman, and nobody says this, but she's a silent partner of the I Love My Selfie spot, right?
Yeah, her and John James on that place, but I think it closed down now. I'm not even sure.
Yeah,
I think it closed down
so.
after that drag thing went down. I believe it closed down, but yeah, she's partners with John James in that.
Yeah, and I think that's weird how that's not a big deal. Like, I think everybody knows Courtney Ratliff is behind that, and he pushes that, and he's all for that, but nobody's bringing that up with her at all. Yeah. And I think that's pretty odd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I didn't bring it up. Like I said, I didn't want to run a smearing campaign. I mean, everybody asked me to bring it up, and I was like, nope. I ain't bringing it up. Yeah, I can do what y'all want.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to bring it up.
And I think it's important for us to bring it up, and Ricky and I talked about it before, and I agreed with him. It's important for us to bring it up on this show because I believe the listeners that we have won't know this information.
Yeah.
Some of the people that are probably asking you to bring it up,
and
they know the information.
And we're not smearing them.
Absolutely
we're just stating
not.
facts.
Exactly. 100%.
These are 100%. Facts. These aren't made up thoughts. Made up
correct.
words. These are facts. So I mean, I'll agree to the facts.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure, and that's how we look at it. And I think people need to. That's why I'm trying to push this out a little quicker because I think people need to understand who they're voting for. Yeah, it all looks good and all that stuff. I think, but when you get behind it, you need to know, and that's one thing that should be said out there, right? Yeah. That's a big deal. I mean, that went national, and it brought a lot of people's attention. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying like local news probably didn't pay, like News West 9 never picks up stuff like that, but I think it's one thing that they should have looked at, But I think, and you were there, right? I'm sure. Or I think
I Love Selfie.
Yeah,
man. So me and my church went out. My pastor went out there and invited the congregation, and I went and I stood in peaceful protest,
prayer.
Just prayed in front of the place. It was they shut it down, but we still went and prayed in front of the place, and actually, I was there in attendance of the peaceful protest,
and it's all love, and that's what love. It is. Yep. Yeah. When you pray, it's all love. Yes, nobody can get that misconstrued or anything. Prayer, peaceful. It's all love, so people understand that.
It's peaceful protest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I think I remember seeing you on Nino's live feed whenever he was putting it out there. I saw you in the crowd, and he was talking to a pastor at the same time, too. Yeah. So, I was really happy.
Nino, you brought him up. He's good dude, man. He means well. He means well. He comes off hard.
Oh, yeah.
He comes off hard.
Yeah.
But he means well, man. So me and Nino, we got into it about the mask thing. Like, he called me rhinos, all kind of names. Man, I told him, man, I can't let you call me those names because I'm not that. I messed up, bro. I messed up, whatever. So he hated me for a long time, man. He got on Facebook, was telling, I don't trust Michael Booker, blah, blah, rhino, for a long time. Well, he came to that I Love Selfie, and I saw him there, and I told my wife, I said, tell the crowd that I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm about to go talk to this man because I don't like fellow people that believe the way I believe to think bad about me.
Yeah.
Even if you don't believe the way I believe, I don't think you should think bad about me because I'm actually a good guy.
Yeah.
So I walked up to him, man, and said, man, Nino, I just want to let you know that, man, I apologize for what happened with the mask thing. I said, it's Christian, brother. You claim to be Christian. You are Christian because I see your stuff. I'm a Christian. Christian brothers don't fight or hold grudges. So I just want to apologize to you and tell you, hey, no hard feelings. I just want this squash between me and you. And he shook my hand. He's like, man, Michael Booger, I appreciate that. I respect you. I respect you for that. Yeah. So ever since then, he's actually been pretty cool, man. We haven't had no more beef. So I mean, that's Christian. That's what Christians do. So Christians
for sure.
do.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's good,
we
man.
We could always work it out.
Yeah, it is, man. I think that's good. I think that's cool how y'all kind of worked it out, and I think that's because I do remember the mask thing going, and and I wasn't happy about it either. But that's cool that you acknowledge it. You know what I mean? And you, because all our kids are in public schools too. So that's why I think this is a big deal for us too. It's like, and we never really, and honestly, this came up out of nowhere, bro. Like,
for sure.
So it was just one of those things.
Especially for me.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, Patch Boyz here. We want to do this quick short so we can provide some information about our new sponsors, Underdog Wireline. You can see I'm wearing their merch here. So I just want to tell you a few things that they provide. Of course, they're in Wireline. In Wireline, they provide pump down, logging, pipe recovery services, and as well production work. And some of the other stuff that they provide, they have emergency shower trailers and cool down trailers for rent. At the end of this, we're going to put their contact information. They believe in us, we believe in them, and I think we're a match made in heaven. We appreciate all the support, and we hope that you support Underdog Wireline as well. Thank you guys. Hey, what's up, everybody? Patch Boyz here with some more exciting news. So we got a little partnership going with Colin McClellan, also known as Frack Slap. You guys know him from the podcast. And, of course, the people from the industry know him as the Roughneck from West Texas, doing big things, right? So he's got a new app coming out. It's called the Collide app. It's a community-based app for oil and gas industry. It's a public forum, basically, where you can go join in conversations with other people that are like-minded or have like jobs in the oil business or different jobs, right? It also has a YouTube like platform where you can search videos and learn about anything in the oil field. It features AI. You can also ask direct questions to and get a direct answer really quick. Man, and if you're looking for a job, Collide Jobs is there to help, man. This is an all-inclusive app, fantastic for the oil and gas industry. I hope you guys can join the Patch Boyz there. Thank you. So I kind of want to get into, I kind of want to let everybody know from our side, because like Ricky said, you know, this isn't normal stuff that we get into.
Yeah.
Ricky a little bit more on his side, and he's starting to teach me some of the things that I need to know, because my children are now in school. My first child is now in school.
Yep.
And this is important things to know, and people should know that we don't have a horse in the race when it comes to this conversation we're having.
Yeah.
Because you are not in our district.
Yeah, I don't live
we're not in your district. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So this is something that we felt was important for the entire community, so that people know it's not like Ricky and myself are gonna somehow bring a bunch of voters over to the district. You're not even on my ballot, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's important for people to know it's not a biased thing. We're biased in the way that we believe what you believe. We feel like we align, our values align. Mm-hmm. So we want to talk to you about it and get to know you. So with that being said, we want to get to know you a little bit. Yep. So you work in the oil and gas business.
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
I'm a supply chain manager for Odessa Pump.
Nice.
Yes,
We work with Odessa Pump. We worked with them for a long time.
Yeah.
So I worked with SLB. We had
Lumberjay.
Yeah.
So I actually work for Flex Flow. Odessa Pump owns us.
Okay.
But we do horizontal pumps.
Yeah. Horizontal pumps used to be my specialty.
Yeah.
So I used to build those suckers from scratch.
Really?
Yeah. And what I'm saying about Odessa Pump is that when we started in horizontal pump and we were doing well, somebody came in, hire a big wig, whatever. I don't know who it was, right? They decided, you know what? We need to streamline the business through Odessa Pump. So I start seeing much less of these pumps. I start seeing much less. Like, man, what's going on? So it turned out Odessa Pump was the one churning out these pumps. So when we'd get something back, we were loading it up and sending it to you guys.
I see.
Yeah. So we were kind of subletting, I guess.
Yeah.
A little bit, as you can see, for the work. But yeah, man, I used to love building H pumps, man.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorites and actually I have a souvenir from it.
Yeah.
So I got a scar like this big because if people understand, like H pump is a horizontal pump on the surface that pumps tons of fluid and gas. And they use these a ton in gas plants. This is where they're mainly used, right? But they're used on big water wells and stuff like that.
They're usually used on SWDs, but gas pumps as well. I mean, gas plants as well.
So, and where the people are going to see them, like if you drive by a gas plant, you're going to see them stacked up one right after another. You'll see them because they need a lot of pumping power there. But anyway, these impellers and diffusers, what they call, that's what makes it actually pump from the rotation. You see these impellers and diffusers, when you put them together, they clasp, right? So when I'm putting a diffuser on a diffuser and they're clasping, obviously it's metal to metal sealed. So I have this bench where I have to run everything with my hands. And I put these together and there's a gap about, I'll say about a half a foot. and I'm putting my arms over it, and man, it doesn't want to budge for whatever reason. It's super heavy. It's about 1,000 series pump that I'm building, and when I go to close it, it actually clasps on my arm. And I was like, damn. I felt it. I didn't react to it at first. I felt it and I was like, shit. And when I take a look, there's a fat chunk to where I still have the scar. And it was over a decade ago.
Yeah.
Over a decade ago when I was building that, and I have a chunk missing from my arm, man. So yeah, those H pumps, they ring so true, because even tearing them apart is such a undertaking, dude.
Yep.
It's that's awesome, man. That's awesome to know about you. So
how long you been in the oil field for?
Since 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, when I got out of the Marines, I actually did some time in the reserve as well. Mm-hmm. So while I was in the reserves and I came back home, I was in the reserve while my medical discharge went through. Yeah. And I got into law enforcement. So I worked right here at the sheriff's office for 4 years.
Oh, nice.
Actually, I started off at Barbara Covert Youth Center. Started off at
Covert.
I forgot about Covert, man.
I was a juvenile detention officer. Started off with the kids, man.
Yeah, man.
Start off with the kids. Like I'm telling you, I love kids, and then especially troubled kids, man. You go in there, and you can talk to them, and you get them and talk to them, man, and just see how they change. Some of them change, some of them don't. But man, it's the amazing.
Ones that do.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's amazing.
I moved up to the jail, got over here. Some of those kids that were in Covert started coming to the jail. So, I mean, that's where I started, and I got over here at the sheriff's office. And after that, I got out of that in 2012, and that's when I got in oil field, started driving a water truck.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, my brother-in-law's a deputy, Casey O'Donnell.
Oh, that's your brother-in-law?
Yeah.
So Brittany's your brother?
My sister-in-law.
Your sister, I mean?
Sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law. So
Yeah.
you're married to Casey's sister?
No, I'm married to her sister.
Brittany's sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
He knows me.
Yeah.
I call him Uncle Unc. What's up, Unc? Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's
Casey's
crazy.
Unc. What's up, Unc?
Yeah, he's been there forever, man.
Yeah, he calls me nephew.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I had to
On
bring it up.
Facebook, I tell him happy birthday. It's happy birthday, Unc.
That's nice, man.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
wild. Yeah.
Small world, man.
It is, man. You know,
I worked with Casey over here. Yep.
Okay. See, that's the thing, man. Like me and Jesus,
cool.
we've been here like, man, I moved here when I was in 4th grade from, Lubbock, and we moved around to Hobbs and Dallas, but Jesus has been here his whole life.
Yeah.
And I love raising my family here just like he does.
Absolutely.
So that's why this means so much to us to kind of, we try to, I know there's a lot of people coming in, man, a lot of people trying to change it a little bit.
Change it up.
And they're trying to sneak in some of them, and I think it's good that we're trying to put that light out there.
We're holding the line, man.
Yeah.
We got to hold the line. I mean, there's a lot of there, and I'm not saying everybody that's coming is bad or anything like that, but when we see something wrong, we got to speak up. Got to speak up because we're here and we love this place. We want to, like he said, I've been here my whole life. I want to raise my kids here. My sister's coming back. She's been in Austin. She's been in Austin since she turned 18. She's now 38. Coming back with my nephew after she had my nephew. Now she's working things out to come back because she wants to raise her kid here. She wants to raise my nephew here. And to me, that's big. I want more people. Man. I want more people to be like, man, I want to come have kids and have my family in Midland. That's what I want.
That's how I am. I was raised here. So, I mean, I was born in Waco. And my mom was like, we got to go back to Midland to raise my son. I'm the only child. So my mom was like, we got to go back to Midland.
Wow.
So we came back to Midland. That's where I was raised.
Dang. What school did you go to?
So I've been here since I was 5 years old. Mm-hmm. So I live on the south side. On the south side. I started off over there by Travis Elementary.
Okay.
I went to Travis. Actually, I went to Santa Rita for kindergarten. We lived in some apartments over there across from Best Buy. Growing up, and then we moved to the south side. I went to Travis, and then I went to Washington. I was part of the cluster system, so that's when they were busing us. So I had to get bused to Rusk, bused to Santa Rita.
Damn, across town.
Across town, yeah. And I ended up moving in 1999 to South Midland by Washington Swimming Pool.
Oh, okay.
So I went to Washington there, and then I went to Goddard, and then graduated from Midland High.
Okay, nice.
All right.
Yeah, we went to Lee. We went to Lee.
Yeah.
Legacy or whatever now, and my son goes there now. He plays on the varsity football.
Plays football right now.
Yeah, he'll be playing tomorrow night at the Permian game.
Yeah, you got Permian tomorrow.
Yeah.
Man, that's I'm on the board, so I mean I support all the schools. I support all of them. So I'm always like, if Legacy don't beat nobody, I want them to beat Permian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beat Permian.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Y'all don't beat nobody, just beat Permian.
Yeah. And then we were actually buying the O-line food next week on
Really?
Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, it's close to our heart. We were. I was an offensive line, defensive lineman. Ricky was a defensive
You may
lineman.
not believe it, but I was.
Yeah. Nah, believe it or not, this little motherfucker can play, man. It was funny because you get into school and it you know how it works. Always it's body type and whatever, and they start giving you positions. And so you walk in, you haven't had a tryout. I know some people that Ricky outplayed by miles, and but they're playing on the line with me. They're starting on the line with me. So yeah, it was it's crazy how they do that. But he worked himself up. He's a really good defensive.
So y'all
lineman.
hosting them next Thursday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I did that. I hosted Midland High's O-line.
Oh, really?
Yeah, about a month ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice, man.
Cool.
Man, I
man.
made burgers, and I didn't make enough burgers.
Hey, them boys.
You got to make them
Oh,
double,
man.
bro. You got to make them double.
I was telling my wife, okay, they got 16 O-line. Let's make 25 burgers just in case somebody want extra. And the whole team wanted extra.
Oh, yeah.
The whole line wanted 2 burgers. Like they came and made 2 burgers. So
Yeah,
I
them
was
boys
like,
can eat,
all right,
man.
yeah,
So when we take them out, I told my wife I'm gonna talk to that waitress on my own. Like, hey, these kids ain't getting everything. Let's just make sure you come to me first. You know,
We got to take them to La Mission buffet. Just go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Let them go crazy on that one.
they're gonna lose money, not us. You
I
know?
know. Yeah,
So-
definitely.
I wanted to do Legacy because I tried to do both schools. I tried to do Middle High and Legacy. I mean, I went to Middle High, but I'm on the board, so I try to represent everybody.
Yeah.
And then I was going to do Legacy, but then I decided to run for the school board again. And I've just been so busy. I haven't had
I
time.
can imagine.
I feel bad because I haven't done Legacy yet, but man,
Yeah.
I'm so busy trying to run this campaign. So
Yeah. And this is reffing you're talking about, right?
what's that?
What are you talking about?
He's talking about running for school board.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But he does ref. You do ref
I'm
too,
reffing right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I knew your schedule was busy, man. I'm glad you made it because I know you ref during the week, right?
Ref in the week and Friday night, Saturday. Man.
Dang.
Is it just Midland locally, or you're traveling around
So
too?
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I do a lot of Greenwood sub varsity
Oh,
because
okay,
I'm on
cool.
the board.
Yeah.
And I can't receive a paycheck from MISD, so I couldn't do any MISD games.
Mm-hmm.
So I do a lot of Greenwood, Stanton, stuff like that for sub varsity, and then for varsity, we go all the way up. Like I was in Pecos in week 2. You know, I go to Pecos, Colorado City.
Dang, you go farther than that.
And it's all sports wide, or
I just do football.
just football?
Yeah,
All
I
right,
just do
cool.
football. I used to do baseball, man, but it just got too much.
Yeah.
Parents are right there. Yeah. In football, parents are a little further away from you, so it's not as bad. But in baseball, man, they're right there, and that's why I don't do basketball either.
Oh, I got a colleague who does basketball.
Yeah,
So I got a
can't do
colleague. His name's Chad Raspberry.
Yeah.
Tall white dude. He loves basketball, man.
Yeah,
The
I
guy,
can't do basketball.
He tells me, he always gives me his white chocolate spiel. You know what I'm saying? When he was he grew up in Houston, close to Houston, like Katy. I don't remember exactly, but he said, yeah, man, I was the only white guy out there just getting them. He always tells me, you know what I'm saying? And so now he's doing basketball. That's what he's reffing.
Local?
Yeah, around local, everywhere. And he'll always tell me when, hey, man, I did Legacy today or whatever. He'll always tell me when he's there. And I got to take him out, man. More than one. Yeah.
Y'all will see me next week. The school board is actually doing the coin toss for a Middle High Legacy game next week.
Nice.
We should be at that game.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
actually be on the field too because we got my son. This is like his last game, or they do that thing, you know, where the parents come out with the students.
seniors. Senior night.
Yeah, so we'll be there. We'll be there on the field with them.
Are you doing senior night in the Middle High Legacy game?
Yeah, that's
Really?
when they do it next week.
Nice.
So yeah, next on Friday
Next
the 1st.
Friday,
Yeah,
yep.
man. So I'll be there too.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, like that's so like when you're reffing on the field for football. I mean, it's got to be hard, man. I mean, you got people yelling out there.
Nah, you
because
just in the zone, man. You watch your keys, and
That's
if your key do something bad, you throw the flag. If they don't, keep the flag in your pocket.
They're smart in football. They put them in the stands.
Yeah, put the fans
In the
back there.
stands. Oh, yeah.
Nah, football's the easy sport to ref.
okay, I would never even thought of it like that. Honestly, man. I mean,
It's the easy one.
I
that's
think my
crazy.
friend told me about volleyball. He said volleyball is pretty vicious too.
that is. Yeah.
He said because they're really close.
They're close.
He's really close.
Yeah, they're right there. Like my daughters are playing volleyball, and this little kid was telling the ref, "Get your prize check, ref.
Yeah.
Like, little kid, I'm like, damn, like this little kid's talking crap. to him.
Easy access, bro. It's tough.
But, that's crazy, man. So like, when you're reffing, and I saw you, did you ref like at an NFL game or something like that?
So
or?
that game you saw was it was a semi-pro game at the Cowboy Stadium. If you saw my Facebook,
with the Cowboys, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a semi-pro game that I got invited to ref at the Cowboy Stadium.
Nice.
Wow, man, that's awesome, dude.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's pretty big. I mean, I would think, right, going out there in a big old stadium like that, looking around.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
It's all fun.
Yeah.
What's it like running that crowd though? Like when you throw that flag, you got people, ooh, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you know, something in football, well, in any officiating, half the people gonna be happy, half the people gonna be mad. So
You already know.
You already know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of TVs around America have paid the price.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. I've been close a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Especially when the Kansas City Chiefs are on. Look, man, that shit really, it kills me. It kills
like
me.
1 minute this side's happy,
Yeah.
this side's mad, and 30 seconds later this is opposite.
Boom.
Yeah, dude.
Opposite.
That's crazy.
Either way, it's rigged.
Either way it's
it's
rigged. It
rigged.
don't
It
matter,
is what it
yep.
is.
Yeah, ever since you told me you're a ref, every time now I look at the games, and I didn't even think about you couldn't ref a MISD game.
Yeah.
So I was looking, man, I wonder if he's refing this one, you know what I mean? But it's kind of weird because I was thinking, man, I see a guy throw a flag, I think about like, man, this guy probably got to do all, like, deal with all that shit, and it's crazy, man.
Yeah, now, man, they got it where I can ref Milling ISD games because they don't pay you through, they don't pay you direct anymore.
Oh, okay.
You go through a third party.
Oh,
so I
cool.
don't receive a check from MISD.
Nice.
I receive a check from a third party.
I got you.
So now I'm able to ref
Perfect.
MISD games. Yeah.
So you spend a lot of time with schools. I mean, you think about it, you're on the board.
Yeah.
Everybody, like my opponent yesterday was talking about how I don't be in the schools and I don't do anything in the schools. That's a false statement. And she's like, well, the only time that he's been in the school is because it's campaign season. That's false too, because I do a lot of things in the school.
Yeah.
I go to schools all the time. I help kids in football. I go to the schools. I'm in the schools. I don't go every time, every school, because if you're a school board member and you show up to a campus, you're taking time away from that principal to doing her job, because she's gonna drop everything. You're her boss.
Yeah.
She's gonna drop everything to cater to you. So we try not to show up to the schools too often. Like we'll show up once a semester at every school and let them know that we're here if they need anything. But you don't just pop up in the schools, because if they know you're coming, they're gonna do everything right and they're gonna shut everything down to appease you. And then that takes away from the kids. So she was saying that I'm never in the school, only doing campaign season. That's a false statement. I go to schools. I'm in the school. I do a lot with kids. Like I got 4 boys of my own. I got 2 that rodeo. 1 in college is rodeoing. The other one, my 15-year-old, we're going to Vegas for rodeo, and he rodeos over there in Vegas. Well, he made the NFR. It's called the junior NFR. He made the junior NFR.
That's amazing.
Then I got a 15-year-old that's super smart, goes to middle freshman. Then I got a 9-year-old. Or he's 10. He just turned 10 last week.
So you're on levels. You're on levels of this.
I'm on levels of this, man.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Shit, let it be known.
Yeah, you're a father, man. You got kids that are in the school district that are going through it. So that's awesome too. You know what I mean?
And I'll be honest, I have one at homeschools. My 15-year-old homeschools because he's rodeo. And when he was in school, like he'll probably be a professional when he turns 18.
Wow.
Like he's that good.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's so to be a professional, you have to be ranked a number. Like your number, they go by numbers. So like you'll be a number 8 healer or number 6 header or whatever. So to be a professional, you have to be a number 8. He's 15 years old. He's a 7.5.
Ooh, it's right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's on the cusp.
So by the time he's turned 18, I'm sure he'll be like a number 9, somewhere around there, 9, and then he can buy his pro card and go pro.
I got you.
So
Yeah, that's
Wow,
amazing.
man.
Are you fearful of that? I mean,
no,
I can
because
imagine it's dangerous to a
if it
certain
was like
extent.
football or something, then I'd
Yeah.
be like fearing it. But it's not as bad as you. It's not bad on his body. He's not hurting himself.
Cool.
He's riding bulls, though, right?
Oh no.
Oh,
He's team roping.
Team rope,
oh, okay.
yeah.
I was like bull riding.
Yeah,
Like, damn,
nah.
man, that sounds
Man,
kind of dangerous.
that's
I know. I mean, it's still dangerous because you're on a moving animal, but you get. It's like anything else, right? You get
Yeah.
so good at it.
You get so good at it.
that
It's
you can jump and land on your feet and stuff of that nature, right? So
But he's a healer.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he's a healer.
Wow. And that's you got 4 boys, right? They
4 boys.
Man, that's awesome, dude, right?
Yeah.
That's a cool little story, man.
It's badass. You might lend me one. Yeah. Well, we're girls, right? Ricky's got 1 boy, but I got 2 girls. We'll probably we'll see if we go for the boy, but more than likely I'm gonna end up with 3 girls.
I tried to go for a girl 3 times. So
Really?
I wanted my boy. The first one I wanted a boy.
Yeah.
And then I tried 3 more times for a girl and
Just
was
kidding.
boys. Yeah. My wife was like, "Let's try for a girl." Nah, we gonna have 5 boys.
Definitely. We had a friend who did the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Started off with 3 girls. After that, rang off 3 boys.
Really?
Yeah, he
Nice.
evened it out like that, man. It was crazy. Yeah, but
I don't think that would have been my luck. I'd kept having boys.
but when I remember, it was funny because he went through it after the 3 girls. He was like, this time, every trick of the trade, old wives' tales and this and the other, eat lemons and fucking, all this shit, right? And and he got a boy. He was like, man, I'm telling you, it works. I was like, man, come on, motherfucker.
That's crazy though, man. So last night you're on the debate. What's that like? How do they get you on there? Like, I'm sorry to change the subject, but I kind of wanted to curious things.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we need to get to that, back to that. But they called, they emailed me. Actually, they emailed me and said, "Hey, we're doing a forum, PBS forum.
Yeah.
Would you on this day? Would you be in attendance?" I kind of, me personally, at first, I wasn't gonna go to it. I mean, you don't have to go to them, but it's good to go so the community can see that you're there. And so my opponent, she's been her campaign manager used to be on the board for PBS, and I was like, it's gonna be rigged. They're gonna try to tear me down and lift her up the whole time.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's how I thought it was gonna be, but it actually turned out to be a pretty good little debate.
Wow.
So
I saw little clips of it, man. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I was watching.
And I hate those things. I get so nervous because I don't like to talk, man.
Yeah.
I'm not a talker.
You're a doer.
Quiet. Yeah, I'm quiet. And I don't get on stage and try to make MISD look bad because that's not what I'm there for.
Yeah.
I'm there to make MISD. If we do something bad, let's be transparent and put it out there. Say, hey, this is bad. We need to fix it. But I'm not going to get on stage and just try to make MISD look bad because that's not what I'm there for. I'm on the board of MISD. I'm representing MISD. Absolutely. So if they're doing bad, I'm doing bad. So we need to make them do good.
Yeah.
So,
and they brought up discipline a lot, and I think that's pretty neat how you worked at Culver, so you know what it's like when these kids go down the wrong path, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes, sir.
that's pretty neat, man. I mean,
and law enforcement.
This is what I gotta say. What I'll surmise, right? Because so everybody knows, again, this is the first time that we meet. First time that we meet. We haven't spoken before.
Yeah.
We have no idea about each other. But just from this conversation, I want to surmise: Marines, Reserve, Deputy, and now on the school board. If that does not ring public servant, I don't know what does. People need. I want people to understand that.
I care about my community, man.
100%.
I care about the U.S.
100%. And that comes out. 100%. Anything and everything that you say, and that's why we wanted to break off a little bit and talk about you, just to see, what comes out, and that's what comes out. Love for the community, for your kids, for your family, and that's something that I could get behind. And like I said, I'm not a voter. But it's something that I can get behind as a person. You know what I mean?
You can endorse me and say, hey, vote for Michael Booker.
Absolutely.
Good. Yeah,
that's what this is about.
My dream job is DPS officer.
Oh, nice.
Really?
That's my dream job.
Man, that is.
If I could be a DPS officer, I'll have it made.
Really?
There you go.
Man, not too many people say that.
Yeah.
Not too many people will say it, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
People aren't running people aren't, gunning for those jobs because of what comes with them.
Yeah.
And the scrutiny and everything that's going on in social media and everything. So I'm very surprised to hear you say that, especially after your track record.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of people may say, it's time to take a break and this and the other, but just to jump from public servant to public servant to public servant, Yeah. Hey, thank you for your service.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, man.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
I really do.
I mean, I didn't think of it like that. Like you said it. I mean, everything you've done. I mean, now even reffing, dude.
I didn't think about it either.
To serve.
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, I'm serving kids on the refereeing. I mean,
Absolutely.
Without us, the game wouldn't be happening.
It wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your kid wouldn't be making it to college without referees.
Exactly.
They have to be there.
Yeah, exactly. So, man, that's great.
So like, you know, like I think, and so, you know, like right now you're waiting, right? So when does the date come out that you actually are elected? Or what's
November 5th is election day.
November 5th. So up to November 1st, you have to vote, right? I'm guessing.
So you have, yes, early voting from the 21st through the November 1st.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To November 1st.
And then 5th, you can go in and vote.
election day is November 5th.
Okay.
And we find out November 5th night.
Awesome.
Awesome, man.
Yeah. I'll be looking at those numbers, man. I'll be hoping
Yeah,
and
we'll be
praying.
checking it out.
Yeah, I appreciate
You know,
it.
yeah,
So
man. I mean,
District 1, check out your map. District 1, it's up to you, man.
Southeast Midland.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
South side, east side Midland.
Check out the map. Rick, you can put it up. Let's
Yeah.
put it up. Let's keep the people informed. Check out your map. Make sure whatever district you're in, I'm gonna go check myself what I got going on in that district. If we got anything going on in my district, so that I can make my vote count. So make your vote count. You know what I'm saying? It's important in every level. It is important.
Yeah. So before we get to the end, man, do you have like a closing you like to say to the people that are listening, or you know?
Man, so I mean, I'm Michael Booker. I've been on the board for 4 years. I care about kids. I love kids. I'm a servant, man. I'm a protector as well. I protect kids. I don't want anything bad to happen to these kids. District 1 is one of the biggest, largest district. This one is the biggest, the largest district out of the 7.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's a diverse district. We got everybody in our district: black, Hispanic, white. Everybody's in my district. So to everybody, I mean, I'm Michael Booker. I'm here for the kids. If you could just vote for me, man, that'd be fantastic. I'd really appreciate the vote.
Awesome.
I want to continue serving.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I
appreciate that.
think just meeting you right now, man, I think it's awesome because you just seem like a good guy on I mean, everything you pretty much saying I like and he likes, bro.
100%. You align with what I want. What I want somebody who's representing me. That's what I want. It aligns.
Yeah,
it aligns. So, man, that's great.
That's the thing with me. People they get on Facebook and talk bad about me, but those people never met me. When you see people talk bad about Michael Booker, they've never met me.
Yeah.
Like I'm actually a good guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I got into it with the city councilman not too long ago on Facebook, and I said, you know what? Call me. Like, let's get off of Facebook.
Absolutely.
Don't talk on Facebook. Call me because I'm not a keyboard warrior. Like, let's talk.
Business.
Yeah. So he called me, and I told him what I'm about, what I believe in, and he at the end of the call he said, if I lived in your district, I'd vote for you.
Yeah.
And he went back to Facebook, apologized on Facebook to me, and told the people, hey, Michael Booker, his heart is where it's supposed to be.
Respect.
If I lived in his district, I'd vote for him.
Awesome.
That's respect.
Hey, man, same here. If I lived in your district, I'd vote for you.
I appreciate it,
100%.
100%. dude. Yeah.
So anybody out there listening that's in District 1, Rick's gonna put it out there so you guys can check your district, man. Get out there and vote. Let's get this shit done, man, for our kids.
Yeah, yeah, and thank you
Vote
again,
Michael Booker.
Vote
Yes,
Michael
sir.
Booker,
Vote
man.
Michael Booker, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm number 1 on the ballot. The first name on the ballot. I'm
Number 1.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's
It's
easy.
easy.
The first
man.
one.
Come on.
Just when you see District 1, the next name hit that one.
Yeah.
And check them before you put them in, right?
Yeah,
Check 'em.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Check
check
your
them before
ballot.
you put them
That's a
in.
big thing going around right now.
Nah, definitely, man.
All right, well, thank you
Yeah,
again, man.
thank
I
you so
appreciate
much.
it. and
Yeah,
all that
thank y'all
stuff,
for
man.
having me, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Guys, just wanted to come out here and say, make sure you hit up Underdog Wireline, man. These guys really know what they're doing. They got it going. I've worked with them personally on the field. I know you've heard me say it 100 times, but it's the truth. So look, they offer emergency shower trailers. They offer lay-down machines. They offer cool-down trailers. They even offer wireline, slick line, braided line, whatever you need. They probably got whatever line that you want, bro. So hit these guys up. Give them a call at this number, and support them like they support us.
This episode is sponsored by Collide. Now, you might remember Fraxat from our previous episode. The man's from Midland, he's a roughneck, and he built a really cool app called Collide. Now, this app is a community app for the oil and gas industry, where you can join forums to ask questions and to share information. Let's say you're looking for a job, you want more money, you want to move up in the industry, look at Collide Jobs. This app features impressive AI tools. It has a very advanced YouTube-like platform, and you can search any topic in energy videos. Look, this app even has a AI bot where you can ask questions and it will answer them instantly. So look, it's free. Sign up now at collide.io.
¿Qué onda, mi raza? Aquí están los Patch Boys. Queremos hablarles de unos patrocinadores de nosotros que son Best, que es Belloc Energy Service and Transport. Estos chavos son camaradas de nosotros de por vida y inmediatamente ellos fueron los primeros patrocinadores que tuvimos nosotros, o queremos que ustedes les den el apoyo que nos dan a nosotros. Best tiene sandblasting, coating, rustabout, welding. Estos chavos se avientan de todo. Aquí vamos a dejar la información y por favor denle la mano como la dan a nosotros. Gracias.